Fasting Against Disease, 11 Books, by Laing Z. Matthews. Fasting Against Disease, the Sacred Protocol Series. What if healing wasn't about fighting, but about remembering? What if disease wasn't just a diagnosis, but a terrain that's lost its rhythm? In this groundbreaking series, spiritual author and health renegade Laing Z. Matthews unveils the forgotten power of fasting, not as starvation, but as sacred rhythm. Blending cutting-edge metabolic science with ancient wisdom, each volume is a wake-up call to eat less, fear less, and live more in harmony with the cycles that keep life luminous. This is not a quick-fix diet plan. This is a return to nature's original protocol, a blueprint built into our cells, designed to protect, regenerate, and resurrect. In a world that feeds illness and fears silence, fasting becomes both rebellion and renewal. Across 7 volumes, Matthews guides you through the deep truths of how fasting restores the body's innate intelligence and reclaims the soul's rightful rhythm. Each book explores a different modern epidemic: cancer, diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease, immune collapse, emotional fog, and spiritual amnesia, and shows how fasting is not a punishment, but a profound act of self-rescue. Books in the series include Fasting Against Cancer, The Truth About Cancer's Metabolism and How to Starve. Cancer isn't just genetic chaos, it's metabolic fire fed by sugar, insulin, and inflammation. Learn how fasting removes the fuel, restores terrain, and becomes spiritual initiation. Fasting Against Diabetes, Sweetness Gone Bitter, Reverse Insulin Resistance at its root. This is not a war on sugar, it's a liberation from dependency through ancient rhythm and mitochondrial repair. Fasting Against Obesity, Reclaiming the fire burn fat, not just calories. Fasting awakens the body's buried flame and frees the mind from compulsive eating. Fasting Against Cardiovascular Disease, Rhythm and the Silent Drum. The heart is more than a pump. Discover how fasting restores vascular flow, quiets arterial inflammation, and tunes the heartbeat to life's greater music. Fasting for Immune Reset, The Body Remembers Wholeness. Chronic illness is immune confusion. Fasting rewires innate defense, clears autoimmune static, and reestablishes internal peace. Fasting Against Depression, Clearing the Fog. The brain is not broken, it's inflamed. Learn how fasting clears neural debris, sharpens presence, and lifts the soul from chemical slumber. The Soul's Metabolism, Fasting for Spiritual Awakening. This is the 7th gate, fasting not for the body but for the sacred. Embrace stillness, vision, and the luminous emptiness where self dissolves and spirit remembers. Each volume includes easy-to-understand science, no jargon, just clarity, rhythmic fasting protocols, daily, seasonal, and sacred, real stories and spiritual insights, warnings against misuse and common fasting myths, a call to live not just longer, but brighter. Who this series is for: people facing chronic illness and seeking truth beyond the pharmaceutical script, health practitioners, spiritual seekers, and rhythm keepers. Anyone tired of treating symptoms and ready to transform the terrain. Fasting is not what you give up, it's what you get back. Let these books be your guide, not to thinness, but to clarity, not to fearlessness, but to rhythm, not to survival, but to sacred healing. This is not a diet. This is a return